set to get us going, and we are underway here in Charlotte. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. To the air right away, Mariota. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. And he'll decide to keep this once more. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it through. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mariota. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. To the air again. Mariota. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 here. At their own 26. Off of play action. Darnold. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
On play action, Mariota. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. He's at the 50, the 30. 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Mariota now. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. From the red zone now, Mariota. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Algier will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Algier again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. On 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run it here. This is D'Onta Foreman trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Foreman, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone, so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Darnold a sneak, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A carry for Foreman. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Darnold from the gun. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Well, it's him personally or just the offensive game plan. I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota. Throw left side. There's London. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A first down throw for Mariota. Throws right back to London, complete again. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. Mariota yelling out the play call as he hustles everyone to get set. Pass complete to Bird out right here. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Here's Mariota. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Looking long for Thomas. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. The drive keeps moving.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Faking the give, Darnold. Rolling to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now it's Darnold. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now fourth down. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On second down, a run with Patterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Mariota. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Down inside the 10. A gain of 39 that time.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Touchdown! Anthony Ferkser, a 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Foreman, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw complete there to Thomas. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. DJ Moore on the touchdown throw from Sam Darnold. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return setup here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, Patterson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Got check time on both sides. Now Mariota. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson, 22 yards. And the Falcons are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So Darnold and the Panthers now down 24-14, 2:18 on the clock. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Darnold taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
He's got the connection to Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A first down throw, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Room here to run. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get it back to a 1-score game. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now Patterson to start the drive. And he's got some space here. goes across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Taken at the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Carolina. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds. And then the last says, oh, come on, I'm going to get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let the slip away.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Third down, here's Patterson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the defense will burn their